This is Kevin Harlan along courtside with Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge on our side. Here are the five for the Clippers. Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then it's Ibaka. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Morris in at the four-man position. And for the Lakers, LeBron and Davis, the incredible forward pair. Caldwell Pope out there with Dennis Schroeder. And it's Harrell in at the center, filling out the middle. Leonard, the pass to Beverley. Ibaka, dishes to Leonard. In the corner, George with it. And it's George finishing it off.
So good, so experienced. Paul George can convert the toughest of buckets.
And Bones, he stands just 6'1", but Patrick Beverley rebounds like a forward.
The fact that he's going to bring it mentally, GA, I mean, that's the huge advantage. I think if you're in the opposing locker room and you know you're going to get on the floor, Patrick Beverley is going to be right in your jock for every minute that you're going to be competing against him.
Leonard, the pass to Morris. Fast break, the Lakers. And Caldwell Pope gets the basket.
And the long strides of KCP, dangerous changing ends there, and he loves to finish in space.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Kevin, I was able to talk with Frank Vogel for just a minute. We talked about the problems Paul George can cause with his defense. Coach told me the sets we run with longer passes, those need to be adjusted. George is a ball hawk and changes how you operate on the perimeter. If there's one thing we know about PG-13 guys, it's that he feasts on lazy cross-court passes. Back to you.
All right, thank you, David. And so James will bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. Knocked away. Passes it to Caldwell Pope. Six to shoot. Back to LeBron. And the rejection by Leonard.
Let this be a reminder, when you're going up for a shot, it's always important to know where Kawhi Leonard may be lurking.
Davis against Morris. James kicks it over to Schroeder. There's the pass to Caldwell Pope. Leonard against James. And it's blocked by Ibaka.
The size, the timing of Ibaka, tailor-made for protecting the rim.
They get the rebound. George dishes to Morris. Leonard inside. He's guarded by Davis. Leonard with the bucket.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
James in the post. Leonard's there. Here's Caldwell Pope, and he goes in for the dunk.
There's no way that LeBron James is not going to come in and dictate the tempo of this game. Just keeps his eyes up and drops a nice dime there.
Beverley, the pass to Leonard. Dives for it, and out of bounds as the Lakers gain possession. Some changes for the Lakers. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Montrezl Harrell, and Wesley Matthews subbed in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. A tremendous mobile one block that we had to see again. Great send back.
And early in the game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone.
You know, Greg, we know there's some power finishers in the NBA like Giannis Antetokounmpo, but he complains a lot that he needs to sell contact rather than muscle through it. How do you evaluate those kind of power finishers in the game?
Well, I mean, there's still power will always play a role, especially when you can add in quickness and athleticism. And I think you start right there with Giannis. I mean, he's kind of epitomizes that. LeBron obviously is still in that category. And a guy like Kawhi Leonard, he can send you into the stanchion when he gets going downhill as well.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Gasol comes in for James. And it's Alex Caruso in for Dennis Schroeder. And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here.
Giving up a run here, can they turn it around?
Hard to say right now. At this point, I've seen the coaches run through 2 or 3 iterations of defense. Is there a fourth? I'm not sure.
Down low. Here's Ibaka. That ball's nice feed that time from George.
I didn't think there was a pass available there for Paul George, but he spots that small crease, he fires the ball through it, and he gets it to his open man.
Kuzma outside. Pass to Caruso. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Davis kicks to Caruso. And the three off target. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Trailing by 2. Tipped away. Now the Lakers on the break. Here's Matthews. It's hauled in by George. Clippers have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%.
And in a league where perimeter shooting is highly valued, veteran Wesley Matthews finding his services still very much in demand.
It's been a really remarkable career for a guy that went undrafted back in 2009. Most of the time we think about that solid defense where he's going to have the toughest assignment at the wing or guard position, but that reliable three-point shot really coming into play here.
Here's Kuzma. That shot misses. The Clippers go the other way with it. Here's Morris, and the layup's good off the glass. Morris has got 5 points so far.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
And it's Davis with the jam.
A terrific flush from Anthony Davis there. When he's given room to fly like that, he's going to take off.
George up and in on the layup. He has 6. Here's Caruso. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Lakers shooting their first free throws of the game. That's also good. So he hits both free throws. The Clippers in the lead. Here's Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Well, not much you can do to stop that. Leonard showing once again his physical prowess at the 10.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. The wide open look here for Kuzma. That one rolling around and rims out.
Well, he wants that one over again. I guarantee that. Nobody's even in the neighborhood.
Offensive rebound. Out to Morris. Leonard dishes to Beverly. 5 on the clock. And George, here we go. And George with the stuff.
PG showing that. That's a signature dunk from him.
Here's Caruso. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the LA Clippers. And earlier we got a few words from Marc Gasol regarding his former teammate in Toronto, Kawhi Leonard.
The way he plays defensively, you know what he stands for.
And of course, Gasol and Leonard won the championship together in 2019, largely, Greg, because of their ability to play defense and get stops.
And 2 former defensive players of the year on the same team. That's going to be your foundation. But both guys were tremendous at the other end as well, albeit in different ways.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. Guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. We've got Williams. Marcus Morris is out there with Ibaka. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Batum in at the 3 spot. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That is his first foul of the game. And the Lakers making a change here. Caldwell Pope's checked in. And then for the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. And it's Patterson in for Morris. Caruso, the pass to Gasol. Over Jackson. No good from Gasol. Clippers leading by 9. Williams with the ball. Now guarded by Caldwell Pope.
There's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
Caruso, no good. Clippers have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Outside Jackson, pass to Patterson. Batum scanning the floor. High post, Zubac. Williams finds Zubac. Just 5 on the clock. And the dunk by Zubac.
Well, he's just gifted with the basketball, and that includes making plays. Lou Williams spotting a man that time.
Here's Caruso, guarded by Jackson. It's hauled in by Zubac. Clippers have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Williams.
That's tough because that one's preventable. The defense has nothing to do at all with that turnover.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Gasol. James comes in for Wesley Matthews. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Alex Caruso. The drive by Jackson. Here's Zubac. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
And the Lakers decide to take their first time out here. Greg, you really began to emerge and got on the national scene at UNLV, but you started your college career at Portland, where you were actually named the Conference Freshman of the Year.
Yeah, how about I actually averaged more points in Portland than in any season I played at Vegas. Totally different roles, but Portland's always going to have a sweet spot in my heart. My first child was born in the great city of Portland.
For the Clippers, Leonard, he's checked in for Patterson. And it's Kennard in for Reggie Jackson. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. LeBron kicks to Caldwell Pope. LeBron against Leonard to stop the drought. And the dunk by James.
LeBron not messing around. That time in the paint, close to the rim, smelling blood.
Williams finds Leonard. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Dennis Schroeder.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a Finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons. Goes there, wins the MVP and the championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Lakers trail by 15. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's Schroeder. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
The floater is such a deceptive and unguardable shot. You can understand why Schroeder elects to go with it there. Sweet looking on the dip.
Leonard on the wing, guarded by Kuzma. Zubac trying to break loose, and it's Leonard missing. And for the Lakers, they're shooting at 36%. They really seem out of sync offensively. And Caldwell Pope gets the basket.
Yeah, defenses beware. You have to close out hard on KCP and disrupt his rhythm.
Williams passes to Batum, and the Clippers call time here.
Well, whether things are good, bad, or indifferent, coaches will have adjustments to make throughout the course of the game.
Yeah, not just there to pump up or to discipline players. You got to make sure that the coach makes the proper adjustments and has his team in the right mindset to carry it out.
Anthony Davis, he's checked in for the Lakers. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Serge Ibaka is checked in for Zubac. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Paul George, he's checked in for Leonard. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Lou Williams. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, it's a misnomer that in the era of three-point shooting, people don't want anyone to take mid-range shots. Many of the league's elite players still thrive there. Kawhi Leonard is one, and he explained how. He said it's hard to defend guys that shoot twos. Once you get to the playoffs, it becomes a half-court game. Teams won't allow you to take wide-open shots or threes. Guys, back to you.
DA, thank you.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
And that one, good.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now trying to put this one away.
And here's James. He'll bring it up for the Lakers. It's a 14-point game. Harrell finds James. Floats it up for Davis. That one is good. He's only missed one shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Even though Davis gets bodied just a little bit, he still knocks down the shot right in the defense's face.
It's tipped. Caldwell Pope outside. Here's Schroeder, and that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Inside. Ibaka, no luck. Lakers trail by 10. Davis kicks it over to Schroeder. We've got 28 seconds left in the first half of the game. George dishes to Ibaka. Here's Kennard. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. Kennard's got his first points of the game.
Yeah, he's going to knock that down if you give it to him. Uncompetitive there defensively.
The defense also looking defeated. The lack of hustle is driving the coaching staff a little bit batty right now.
Here's George, and he uses the glass on the layup. George has got 6 here in this quarter.
Paul George can be dangerous out in transition. Great job finishing there.
The drive by James over George, and that one released in time, but no good. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, an outstanding first quarter for Paul George. He had 14 points, 5 rebounds, and 6 assists. And that's good.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. It's been one outstanding game from George.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. Taking a look at the Lakers. LeBron and Davis, the incredible forward pair. Dennis Schroeder is out there with Caldwell Pope, and it's Harrell in at the 5 down low.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
And Marcus Morris has raised some eyebrows in the last couple of years, just being a much more efficient scorer.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
Always a good sign of maturity and steps forward when you can take this kind of effort, focus, and concentration on the road to get a win.
This is his first chance at the line tonight. And last season, Marcus Morris is named one of the hottest on the trade market.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in Marcus Morris's offseason a year ago. A lot of contenders looking to add him to the roster. Handshake deal with the Spurs, switched to the Knicks, and then eventually traded to the Clippers. So grab your musical chair and try to find a seat.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
LeBron, no good.
I'm not sure if family and friends are here in the stands tonight, but we wanted to show that one off. Fading away on the shot was absolutely not necessary.
He's looking for Harrell and finds him. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist.
He gets really excited about finishing through contact.
George double teamed to the inside. Ibaka. Leonard trying to break free. Shots good by Ibaka.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
And George gets the whistle that time. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for James. Over a minute and a half into the 3rd quarter of action. Loads it up for Davis. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And here they go. Here's Leonard, and he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Rig, which team do you think has the toughest offense to stop in the NBA?
You know, in their heyday, it was the Warriors, no doubt about it. Now, though, things are changing a little bit. It's a tough one to say. The Bucks seem to be amazing with what they're doing with Giannis. The Rockets with that 1-2 punch of Harden and Westbrook is incredible. And don't sleep on the Lakers or the Clippers, partner. Right now, there's a few of them out there that I would lose a lot of sleep over trying to prepare to play against.
Yeah, I'm glad you included the 2 LA teams. A baseline J, and it's the Clippers scoring again.
D has been just completely helpless and turned around. He's so dangerous when he's in this kind of rhythm.
Outside, Davis looking to end the run. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Maybe he's thinking at this point, man, somebody's got to help me. I can't do this all by myself.
Marc Gasol's checked in for the Lakers. Matthews comes in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope.
You know, Anthony Davis is going to spend a lot of time at the free throw line most nights throughout the course of the season, and he's going to be pretty solid when he gets there.
George against Matthews, and George, here we go. Count that bucket.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
A big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Patterson comes in for Marcus Morris. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverley. Davis looking for an opening. Count that as his 7th field goal in 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
There has to be some alteration in the game plan, but I don't think it's enough to shut down AD.
Matthews against George. And it's Paul George with the finish.
Well, not only looking at Paul George get up, look at the guys on the bench loving it from PG.
Lakers trail by 21. Kuzma outside. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the 3rd quarter. Now the Clippers moving it up. Batum finds George. It drops. That's his 9th field goal of the contest. A blistering hot 9 for 11.
Well, Paul George concentrating through the contact and making sure he had a shooting window open.
Here's Davis, and good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Davis has got 17 now.
Yeah, this is what you love about him, the confidence on that mid-range.
That's a staple of his offensive attack, and proving once again he can do some damage from that area.
Timeout called the Lakers.
And the versatility of Paul George's game, elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
When you think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor, I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George.
And the Lakers making a change here. Caruso's checked in. Williams looking around. Kennard on the wing. From outside, off the mark.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Oh, you know, Davis, and he knows, is going to draw the attention of multiple defenders, and that time connects with a teammate to get it done.
Williams with the ball, picked up by Davis, and the foul called on Anthony Davis. That's his first foul, and the Lakers making a change here. James is checked in. Outside Williams to the middle and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. And here's the fast break. Davis leading the way. 2 points. That one goes. James has got his second bucket of the game to go.
They found the touch from the field here in the second half. It was a struggle in that first.
Williams inside. Passes it to Kennard. Back to Williams. 6 on the shot clock. Cuts it 5 from 18. Tries again. And the pass to Patterson. Wants to get it to Zubac. And does. Williams for 3. Rebounded by the Lakers. Ways to get back into it, but they've got some time.
The tendency can be to really rush or push the game. They need to avoid that.
The Lakers have been on target from the free throw line. They're 5 of 5 in that department.
Definitely an area where they can improve. Only 73% as a team from the line last year.
Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for the Lakers. Clippers leading by 14. Williams passes to Patterson. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up.
Well, Patterson usually on the perimeter, this time down on the inside, doing a little bit of damage.
The feed now to Harrell. Rebound by the Clippers. Zubac has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Batum wide open, he fires. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. Their transition game has been in full effect. Back to the action. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
What an advantage if your off guard can make plays so valuable.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. So for the Clippers right now, they've got Ivica Zubac. Patrick Patterson is out there with Batum. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Williams at the point. Here's James. Oh, yes, the turnaround.
Well, a little bit of separation there. That's the challenge. You want LeBron to make it from the mid-range. Guess what? He can do that too.
Kennard finds Williams. Pass to Patterson. Can't cash in from close range.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss. And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
You have to credit the aggressiveness offensively because that's when you make a play when you really need it.
Clippers moving the ball around. And Batum kicks to Kennard. There's the foul. It's on Patrick Patterson. That is his first foul of the game.
He's just stretching him out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
I'm not sure what the defense collectively was thinking there. You got to know where he is at all times.
Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Alex Caruso. Schroeder outside. He's looking for Harrell and finds him. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Batum against James. The kick out to Williams. Pass to Zubac, and stolen by Harrell. Passes it to Gasol. That three off the mark. And here's Williams now. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. A shot by Batum, no good. Lakers trail by 15. He gets that one.
And trust me, Dennis Schroeder would love to score the basketball, but his ability to set up his teammates is also effective.
Caldwell Pope against Kennard. Outside for Batum. And there's the pass to Zubac. Kennard for three. Good on the triple. Kennard's got 6 here in this quarter.
And certainly they are not hesitating, letting it fly from deep here in the second.
Here's Harrell, and Harrell slams it in.
Harrell in ideal position and then rises back up and then able to jam it down.
Now here's Zubac. Kicks to Williams. Clock at 6. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
How about the focus there from Sweet Lou? Simply incredible at finding ways to convert through the contact.
And Anthony Davis is checked in for Marc Gasol. The Clippers also making some changes. Kawhi Leonard is checked in for Batum. And George is subbed in for Kennard. Lou Williams, so crafty, GA. Just a knack for putting the ball in the basket.
This guy just has the gift. I mean, it's been that way forever. He is just a born scorer.
The drive by James, banked in off the glass.
Maybe the halftime break was good for him. Allowed him to step back, calm himself down, get himself in the right frame of mind, and now shots are falling.
Williams in the post. He's guarded by Schroeder. Here's George. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Williams has got 3 assists in the game.
Well, Paul George taking initiative tonight and going right at the defense.
Lakers trail by 17. Now LeBron. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
Well, every night, the competitive killer instinct of LeBron James makes him as elite as he's been. Of course, a future first ballot Hall of Famer, and a lot of gas, it seems, left in the tank for LeBron James.
Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for the Clippers. Morris comes in for Patrick Patterson. A nice shot by George.
Give them credit. They've worked hard all game, now looking to finish it.
No, great job of getting in position to win a game. It's been an all-out effort from the squad.
Back to LeBron. Loads it up for Davis. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
That's a perfect lob leading to a spectacular dunk from Davis there. Threw it up on time, on target.
Williams passes to Ibaka. And stolen by Harrell. And James throws it down hard.
Sometimes LeBron just likes to take it all out on the rim. That time on display.
Leonard with the ball. 1:19 left to play in the final quarter. The Lakers with the rebound. Davis has got 6 rebounds here tonight. James finds Caldwell Pope. Yes, it's James picking up the assist.
He's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open 3 when he's got it.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for the Clippers.
You know, their big advantage was points in the paint.
And they found a way to pound the ball inside. And that was working all game long.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for George.
Just knows how to fill it up, and that's exactly what he did tonight. Nobody that they assigned to him could really get a handle on him.
Here's James. The rebound by Ibaka. The Clippers have gone 7 of 10 shooting the ball since the start of the fourth quarter. Leonard kicks to Williams. Lobs it up for Ibaka. Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession.
And I'm all for the crowd interacting with the players, but not so much the players interacting with the crowd. That one, errant pass.
Big group substitution here for the Lakers. LeBron, good.
Well, defensively, that's what you're trying to prevent, and LeBron James is too good.
Williams dishes to George. There's 25 seconds left in the game. That's good from George.
The versatility of Paul George as he's matured and put some more weight on his frame through the years. He's an exceptional two-way player with outstanding length and a tremendous scoring ability.
Hangs home the trifecta. Now the Clippers with it. Earlier they held a 23-point lead. And George, here we go, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Stolen by George. From past the arc, misses the shot. So the Clippers with the win. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did,